It's Terrific Tuesday. I know. An emoji headband. Does it get any better than this? How cool is this one? I think it's one of my favorites. Alright guys, so I'm really excited to keep reading the Panda Puzzle. I love mystery books. They're my favorite books to read. Alright, you ready? Chapter 6. A sign outside the fitness center, that's like a gym, said no pets, no bare feet, no smoking. Josh tied Pal to a tree, patted his head and said, "Stay, boy." Pal sighed and flopped down. His big brown eyes watched Josh, Dink, and Ruth Rose enter the building. The fitness center was one enormous room. One end was filled with exercise equipment. A bank of windows looked out at Wren Drive. A shimmery pool took up the other end of the room. A lifeguard watched 3 swimmers doing laps. Other people were using the weights and machines. The clang of the metal hitting metal fought with rock music blaring from the speakers. Dink wrinkled his sounds very noisy in there. Dink wrinkled his nose. He smelled a combination of sweat and chlorine. A green awning was stretched over a counter where juice and health foods were being sold. "I need a milkshake," Josh said, shouting above the music. "I feel weak." "They sell health shakes," Ruth Rose informed him. "They make them from seaweed and tofu." "What's tofu?" Ruth Rose giggled. "It's white and wiggly," she said. "You'd hate it, Josh." "There's Flip," Dink said, "behind the counter." Flip Francis was wearing a t-shirt and blue shorts. He had long muscular arms. "Can I help you kids?" he asked. "Hi, Mr. Francis," Dink said. "I'm writing a story about the pandas. Could we interview you?" "Call me Flip," the man said, smiling at Dink. "Who are you?" "Call him Dink," Josh said, eyeing the shake machine. I don't think he's getting a milkshake at the gym. Flip noticed and asked, "You guys thirsty? How about a shake on me?" "Sure," Josh said, "but no tofu, please, or seaweed." Flip Francis laughed. "How about milk, yogurt, and strawberries?" "Now you're talking," Josh said, hoisting himself onto a stool. Flip expertly tossed ingredients into a blender. He switched it on for a minute, then poured the frothy pink concoction into 3 tall glasses. "We were there this morning," Dink said. Flip slid the shakes and a jar of straws in front of the kid. "My Granny Wynn would be heartbroken if she knew," he said. The kids began drinking. Josh made a loud slurping noises through his straw. Dink picked up his pencil. "Why do they call you Flip?" he asked. "I work out a lot on the floor mats," Flip said. He grinned. "I guess I'm famous for my back flips." "Why do they call you Dink?" Josh started to laugh and choked on his shake. "My real name is Donald David Duncan," Dink told him. "I guess Dink is easier." Flip looked at Dink's notebook. "So how much have you written?" he asked. "Not much," Dink said. "We're talking to people who know Winnie." "Did your grandmother like pandas?" Ruth Rose asked. "Is that why she left all the money?" Flip nodded. "Granny Wynn loved animals," he said. "She used to donate money to animal shelters all the time." Dink glanced at his notes about Irene Napper. "Do you know who has keys to the panda enclosure?" he asked. Flip nodded. "Yup, Irene has one. I don't know who else." That Irene. "Have you seen anybody strange hanging around Panda Park?" Josh asked. Flip looked up at the ceiling. "Not strange, maybe, but that guy who writes the panda paper seems to be there a lot. Tom Steele." Fishy. In his notebook, Dink wrote Tom Steele in dark letters. Maybe he's another suspect. "Anything else?" Flip asked. "It's almost my lunch break." The kids finished their shakes. "Thanks a lot," Dink told Flip. "Glad to do it," he answered. Just then, a tall, red-headed woman approached the counter. She was dressed like Flip in a t-shirt and blue shorts. "Sorry I'm late," she said to Flip. "You could take off for lunch now." "No problem, Kate," he said. "Late lunch is better than no lunch." Flip placed both hands on the counter and vaulted over. Good luck with your story, he said to the kids as he strode out the door. Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose followed Flip out. They saw him leap into a dusty Jeep with a rack on top. He tooted and waved as he pulled onto Bridge Lane. Well, what do you think? Dink asked, watching the Jeep turn right on Main Street. He gets my vote, Josh said, untying Pal's leash from the tree. That guy could climb an 8-foot fence with one arm tied behind his back. You think he's a suspect? Ruth Rose laughed. Joshua, 10 minutes ago you said the kidnapper was Tom Steele. Well, let's write down these two names anyway. Yeah, Dink said, and before that you were so sure it was Irene Napper. So who do you think it is? Josh asked. It could be any of them, Dink said with a sigh. He shoved his notebook into his back pocket. Did you guys notice that the rack on Flip's Jeep? Ruth Rose asked. I wonder if that's for a boat. I don't get it, Josh said. Maybe Flip is a fisherman, Josh, Ruth Rose said. Remember the knife? Oh my goodness, is Flip now a suspect too? Wait a sec, Dink said. He zipped back inside the fitness center. Kate looked up and smiled. Come to work out? Kids get in free after 3 o'clock on Sundays. She slid 3 passes across the counter. Thanks, Dink said, slipping the passes into a pocket. Then he crossed his fingers behind his back. Flip said something about going fishing later. Do you know if he has a boat? Just an old canoe, she said. But he can't go fishing. He's working all day. Dink felt himself blush. Maybe I made a mistake. See ya! He darted back outside. Canoe, he said. See, Josh crowed. That doesn't prove anything, Dink said. All 3 of the people we talked to could have done it. 3 suspects. Irene Napper, Flip, and that Mr. Steele. And time is running out for Winnie, Ruth Rose said. 8 hours till midnight. Josh looked at his watch. Yikes, he said, starting to run. I have to be home in 5 minutes. We really need more clues. All right, chapter 7, we will read tomorrow. Bye, guys.